Wheat Chex, Rice Chex, and Good Hot Ralston present Space Patrol! High adventure in the wild, vast reaches of space. Missions of daring in the name of interplanetary justice. Travel into the future with Buzz Corey, Commander-in-Chief of the Space Patrol! In today's transcribed adventure, Buzz and Happy have just entered a spaceship in Neptune City spaceport in search of a traitor against the United Planets. They pause in the open hatch a moment.
He may be up forward, tampering with the controls. Wrong guess, gentlemen.
Commander, look out!
Stay where you are, Cadet.
Oh, yeah?
Cardo, put down that gun. Don't try to get to your feet, Commander. You'll get what the cadet got.
What are you doing in this ship?
Preparing it for its last voyage. There's an explosive hidden aboard, timed to go off 2 hours after blastoff. And you, my friends, will be aboard.
We'll be back in just a moment with today's Space Patrol story, The Queen of Space. Gang, this is Space Patroller Dick Tufeld at an Aquajet boat race on Mars. Now, my favorite is the Shooting Star. But, hey, it doesn't have a chance. That driver's filling up the tank with ordinary fuel. You see what I mean? No zip, no zoom. Hey, but wait. The driver's now putting in some super fuel. Wow, look at the Shooting Star go. Bound to be a winner now because she's supercharged. Supercharged with super fuel. Now, you want to be a winner, too, don't you, gang? You bet. In sports, in school, in everything you do. Well, then remember the story of the Shooting Star. Ordinary fuel, ordinary start. Super fuel, super start. So don't wait. Get supercharged. And gang, get supercharged the way Buzz Corey does. Eat a good breakfast with a checkerboard super cereal, like Rice Chex or Wheat Chex. Some cereals, yes, sir. If you want flavor, just get Chex. If you want something different, just get Chex. C-H-E-X, Chex. Right for a bite because they're bite-sized. Get them at your grocer's today in the red and white checkerboard package. Rice Chex, Wheat Chex. The bite-sized super cereals that help to supercharge you. Commander Corey, Cadet Happy, and Tonga, Assistant Security Chief of the United Planets, are on the planet Uranus to investigate a series of accidents that have occurred to passenger ships. In the chart room of the Space Patrol office, Buzz is briefing Happy and Tonga.
You two have made a lot of flights between the outer planets, so I don't have to impress on you the tremendous distances involved.
No, sir.
And you know that here in Uranus, we're outside the orbits of 7 of the 10 planets of the solar system.
And yet we're barely halfway between the Sun and Pluto.
That's right. Now, everyone realizes that the companies running freight and passenger ships between Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto are working under handicaps.
Yeah, the long hauls cut down on their profits.
Right. A freighter could make 16 trips from Earth to Mercury, for example, while other freighters make only 1 trip from Neptune to Pluto.
But that doesn't explain all these accidents on the outer planet runs.
No, it doesn't, Tonga. At least not entirely.
Unless the companies are cutting down on safety checkups to save money.
Robbie and I thought that was the explanation at first. However, it's a pretty short-sighted company that would cut corners on inspections, especially when it keeps losing ships like Spaceways Incorporated.
Now, one good thing, no passengers have been lost.
No, not yet. It's our job to find out what the trouble is before any human lives are sacrificed.
Well, from the reports, Spaceways Incorporated have had most of the accidents.
Yes. Of course, they are a new concern. They haven't had the experience that Transorbit lines have had.
Commander, isn't Transorbit operated by a woman?
Yes. And she's a very capable manager, according to all reports. Her name is Jelna Fenton.
Well, I thought Transorbit just handled the inner planet surface.
Yeah, they did until recently. But now they have half a dozen ships on the runs between Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto.
Have they been having trouble, too?
A little, but not nearly so much as Spaceways. Now, our regular Space Patrol inspectors haven't been able to find the source of the difficulty. So we're going to do a little undercover work. That's where you come in, Tonga.
Yes, Commander.
You'll pose as a writer for a magazine, gathering material for a series of articles on living conditions on the outer planets.
Good. Then I can make trips from planet to planet without arousing suspicion.
Yes, it'll give you a chance to observe conditions around spaceports and watch the personnel.
What do you and I do, Commander?
Well, for the time being, we'll just make routine inspections of Space Patrol bases and keep in touch with Tonga.
How do you want me to contact you, Commander?
Use your miniature spaceophone. Keep it with you at all times.
I will.
And don't use it when there's anyone around.
When do I start?
Immediately. There's a Spaceways passenger ship leaving Uranus for Pluto in the morning. Be aboard it.
Right, Commander.
Happy now blast off in Terror the Fifth a few hours after your ship leaves. I got your message, gentlemen. What's up?
You can cancel that trip to Mercury, Cardo. You're staying here on Neptune.
What about that Spaceway ship I was supposed to, fix?
I've already arranged it.
Oh, what happens this time? Does the oxygen reclaiming unit give out?
No, we won't use that one again for a while. I've got a better one.
Yeah? What?
The orbit computer. It's been tampered with, so it'll give the wrong vector.
Oh, that's not so serious.
Oh, isn't it? On a run to Pluto with a full passenger list, you know how little reserve power those Spaceway ships have.
Hey, that's right. They'll run out before they can get back on course. Unless they get a spaceophone fixed from space control.
They won't be able to. Halfway to Pluto, their spaceophone power unit will fail.
A few more accidents like this, and nobody will get aboard a Spaceway ship.
Which means that Transorbit will have all the business.
I've sure got to hand it to you, Jonah. At first, I thought you were crazy to take on these outer planet runs.
It would have been crazy if we were merely going to be satisfied with a few crumbs that Spaceways didn't want to be bothered with.
If you keep on, Jonah, you'll be known as the Queen of Space.
Queen of Space. You know, Cardo, I think I rather like it.
We're on Vector, sir.
Yes. You know, that's the fourth time you've checked in the last half hour. We're on automatic control.
Oh, gee, sir, a guy has to do something to keep busy. We're still 10 million DUs from Pluto, and I've read every tech manual in the ship.
Imagine having to make this run every day, Happy, on a freighter.
Oh, no, thanks. I'd go crazy.
Tonga calling Commander Corey. Tonga calling Commander Corey.
Maybe she's getting bored, too.
Corey here. Go ahead, Tonga.
Commander, something's wrong aboard this passenger ship.
Oh, what's the trouble? Where are you?
I'm in my private compartment. I think the ship is off course.
Happy, get a fix on Tonga's signal.
Yes, sir.
What makes you think you're off course, Tonga?
I overheard a couple of the crew members whispering. They don't want to alarm the passengers, but I know the steward is very worried.
Well, how could the ship get off course?
I don't know, but I heard the steward say that the ship's spacephone is out of commission.
Does anyone aboard know you've got a miniature spaceophone?
No, Commander.
I've got a fix, sir. They sure are off course by nearly 30 degrees.
Did you hear that, Tonga?
Yes.
And they must have been off for some time. There are thousands of DUs from the regular space lane.
Now, Tonga, listen. I could spaceophone the correct course to you to give to the pilot, but that would mean somebody would know you're a space patrol agent. Of course, if the ship is really in trouble...
I don't think so. At least not yet.
Well, then Happy and I'll change vector and come close enough so that the pilot will pick us up in his viewscope. He'll naturally follow us.
And you lead the ship to Pluto.
Oh, just a minute. Got the position charted, Happy?
Yes, sir. They're about here.
Tonga, you're much closer to Neptune than to Pluto. These outer planet ship line operations don't have too much reserve power. We'll lead you back to Neptune.
All right, Commander.
We're changing vector now. We should be in viewscope range in about half an hour. Go out and mingle with the passengers. Contact me if any serious trouble develops.
Right, Commander.
Corey out. Well, Happy, what was it you were saying about this Pluto run being boring? Here's that schedule of Spaceway's flights, Jonah. Most of them are inward bound from Pluto.
Spaceway's Comet is due this afternoon at Neptune City Spaceport. Leaves for Neptune's moon tomorrow morning.
That doesn't give us much time.
True, but it might give us a fine opportunity.
How do you mean?
With their short haul to the moon coming up tomorrow, chances are the maintenance crew won't do much work on the ship.
Yeah, that's right. They'll wait till he gets back. Unless there's something that needs immediate attention.
All right, Cardo. Keep an eye on the Comet when it comes in. After that long run from Pluto, the pilot and the rest of the crew will probably head for town for a good time.
Yeah, you're right, Jonah. Say, I wonder how that other ship's making out. The big passenger job.
Right now, the pilot's probably discovering he's millions of DUs off course and with a low power supply. But don't start making any inquiries, Cardo.
Don't worry. I'll wait for the official announcement. Another Spaceway ship lost.
Do you think they see us, sir?
They ought to. They show up strong enough in our viewscope.
Well, I hope the pilot has sense enough to follow us.
He'll probably be very glad to, Happy. I'm going to change vector now. Watch the screen, see if he follows us.
Yes, sir.
How about it, Happy?
I think he's got the idea all right, sir.
Tonga calling Commander Corey.
Corey here. Go ahead, Tonga.
I'm back in my compartment. Everything's all right.
Good. Does the pilot know we're headed for Neptune?
He just made an announcement through the public address system. We passengers have been told that the ship is making an emergency landing in Neptune.
There's no panic, I hope.
No, we've been assured that it's nothing serious. There's a lot of grumbling about the delay, but nobody's alarmed.
Well, find out all you can, Tonga. I'll arrange to meet you when you land on Neptune. Jelna, something went wrong.
What do you mean?
That ship that was supposed to get lost on the run to Pluto
Well, what about it?
just landed here on Neptune, of all the rotten breaks.
But the orbit computer did fail, didn't it?
Yes, but a space patrol ship happened along, and the pilot followed him to Neptune.
Did you say happened along?
Yes. Apparently, the space patrol ship didn't even know the passenger ship was in trouble. At least the space patrol didn't attempt to make contact.
Well, maybe it's better this way. Now we've got 35 or 40 unhappy passengers who'll tell their friends what an inefficient line Spaceways is. Next time they'll all take Transorbit.
One thing I admire about you, Jelna, you always look on the bright side of things.
How about the Comet?
It's working out the way you said it would. The crew headed for town for a good time, and the ship is due for an overhaul after it gets back from Neptune's moon.
But it won't get back, Cardo. It's going to be blown up on the way.
Blown up?
Yes. You can sneak aboard tonight and plant an explosive in one of the aft compartments. I suggest the emergency rations compartment.
Suppose they check the ship before blastoff.
It isn't likely they'd check the emergency rations before a short trip to that moon, especially when there's a major overhaul coming up in a couple of days. I've got it all worked out. The explosive will be in a regular emergency ration.
I've looked all over the spaceport, Commander, and I can't find Tonga.
I wonder what's delaying her. She's had plenty of time to check in at the space hotel and get back here.
Shall I look again, sir? And maybe she's over in Wing B.
Oh, here she comes, Happy. There, she sees us. Let's move over here behind these pillars. Remember, Hap, don't call her by name.
Commander,
What did you find out?
the orbit computer in the ship had been tampered with. So had the space phone transmitter.
So somebody wanted that ship to get lost.
Yes. And I picked up a very interesting rumor about who might be behind it.
Who?
I've been talking to some of the Spaceways employees. They think Transorbit is trying to run them out of business.
Well, that's a serious charge. Do they have any evidence?
No, but I heard a certain name mentioned. Brox Cardo.
Brox Cardo, huh?
Yes. Cardo works for Jelna Fenton of Transorbit.
And what's Cardo supposed to do?
I couldn't learn anything specific, but I get the impression that Cardo would do just about anything.
Transorbit's main offices are here in Neptune City. Happy, maybe you and I can check up on this Cardo.
Yes, sir.
And Tonga, the best thing for you to do is go ahead with our original plan.
You mean go on to Pluto?
Yes. When is the next passenger ship leaving for Pluto?
Spaceways hasn't any scheduled until day after tomorrow. But there is a Transorbit ship leaving tomorrow morning.
And take that one. Oh, and by the way, this might be a good time to start gathering material for those magazine articles you're supposed to be writing.
Oh?
See if you can get an interview with Jelna Fenton at Transorbit.
All right, Commander.
In the meantime, Happy and I'll check up on Brox Cardo. Now, slow down a little, Happy. We don't want Cardo to suspect we're trailing him.
Yes, sir. He's heading for that spaceship.
That's the Comet. Just got in from Pluto this afternoon.
See, it's a beautiful ship, isn't it, sir?
Yes, it's the pride of Spaceways. Hold it, Happy.
Cardo's getting in the ship.
Yes. I'm very curious to know why a Transorbit employee is snooping around a Spaceways ship.
What do you suppose he's got in that box he's carrying?
Suppose we find out. Come on, Happy.
He's been in there a long time.
Up the ladder, Happy. Let's find out just what he's up to in there.
Which way, sir?
Look up forward. He may be tampering with the controls. Wrong guess, gentlemen.
Commander, look out!
Stay where you are, Cadet.
Oh, yeah?
Cardo, put down that gun. I'll try to get your feet, Commander. You'll get what the cadet got. What are you doing in this ship? Preparing the Comet for its last voyage. What do you mean? There's an explosive hidden in the aft compartment, timed to go off 2 hours after blastoff tomorrow.
But there'll be passengers aboard.
Yes, I know. It looks like there'll be 2 extra passengers, Commander. The cadet and you.
We'll be back with Space Patrol in just a moment. Gang, this is Space Patroller Dick Tufeld speaking from the Interplanetary School Stadium on Terra. Just saw a swell football game here. Listen to this crowd cheering the winners. Yes, it sure is fun when you're a winner, and here's something like that. Right, gang? But remember, to be a winner, you have to be supercharged. And here's the way to take care of that. Eat a good breakfast with Rice Chex or Wheat Chex, the bite-sized super cereals that help to supercharge you. Delicious? Why, there's sure plenty of zing in that Rice Chex flavor. And man, oh man, Rice Chex biscuits are toasted and toasted to make them crisper and crisper. And Wheat Chex, there's a flavor you'd fly to the moon for. Now remember, it's fun to be a winner, and hear this. So move right up and be a winner. Move right up to the table for a breakfast that supercharges you. A good breakfast with rice checks or wheat checks. Get 'em today, gang, and get supercharged. At the Neptune City spaceport, Commander Corey and Cadet Happy entered a spaceship to apprehend a suspected saboteur. The saboteur, Brox Cardo, attacking Buzz and Happy by surprise, put them to sleep with a ray gun. Now, heavily bound and gagged, they're locked in a compartment in the spaceship in which Cardo has planted an explosive, timed to go off 2 hours after the ship blasts off for Neptune's moon. Meanwhile, following Buzz's instructions, Tonga has called on Jelna Fenton, head of the Transorbit Space Lines, in her office on Neptune City. To obtain information, Tonga is posing as a writer for the Inner Planets Weekly magazine.
You've given me some very interesting facts, Miss Fenton. I won't take up any more of it.
Jelna, Oh, excuse me.
Oh, it's quite all right. I was just leaving.
This young lady is writing an article about us for the Inner Planets Weekly.
Well, that's fine.
Thank you again, Miss Fenton. Goodbye.
Goodbye, and I think you're very wise to take a transorbit ship to Pluto.
Thank you.
The girl's not much of a space traveler. She was on the ship that got lost. Frightened her to death.
That's so?
Now I am glad that ship got here safely. She'll write up her horrible experience on a spaceways ship and give Transorbit a nice plug.
Yeah, swell. Now, what I wanted to
And
tell
I managed to work in that line of yours. You know, calling me the Queen of Space. Oh, of course, I did it very modestly.
Oh, sure, Jelna. But listen, I planted the explosive in the Comet, all right?
Oh, good. Did anyone see you?
Yes. Commander Corey of the Space Patrol.
What?
Now, don't worry. I took care of him and his cadet both. They're locked up in the ship. When the ship blows up tomorrow, they'll
Wait. Thought so. She was listening.
Who?
That girl, the reporter.
Oh, do you think she heard us?
We've got to find out. Come on, Cardo. We'll follow her and see where she goes.
If I could only get my hands free. We've got to get loose, Happy. There's a bomb aboard this ship. Cardo set it to go off, and the ship's about halfway to Neptune's moon. There. I'll untie your hands.
Thank you, sir.
I don't know how we're going to get out of this compartment, but we've got to.
Well, when somebody comes aboard, maybe they can hear us pounding on the door.
Possibly. This ship is heavily soundproof. Can't even hear the roar of the rockets when... I wonder.
You mean maybe we've already blasted off?
It could be. Listen. No.
I don't hear anything.
There's no telling how long that ray gun put us to sleep. If we're in flight now, that bomb may go off any second.
Look, let's try banging on the door.
All right, Hap.
Hey, open up. Open up. Anybody out there? Open up.
Oh, wait a minute.
Do you hear anything?
Listen.
Hey, somebody's heard us. Tonga!
Commander. Happy, are you all right?
Yes, Tonga, but how did you know we were here?
I overheard Carter tell Jelna.
Oh, so we haven't blasted off.
Obviously not. Now, we got to find that bomb and get it out of the ship.
Yes, sir.
Commander, I think Carter and Jelna are after me.
They may think so, Tonga, but as a matter of fact, we're after them. As soon as we fix that bomb, we'll be on our way. Let's get at it, Happy.
I can carry the bomb, sir.
It's not heavy, huh?
Are you sure that's the right box?
Yes, Tonga. It was the only one that was hidden in the emergency ration storage compartment.
Yeah, you can tell by the weight. This box is twice as heavy as the others.
Happy, you and I'll take this bomb to the Space Patrol emergency officer here at the spaceport for detonating, and we'll all meet later at Gate 7.
Yes, sir.
Tonga, while we're doing that, you call Neptune Unit Space Patrol headquarters and alert them to pick up Cardo and Jelna Fenton. Look, there they are. We're too late, Jelna. That girl set them loose.
Why didn't you give the commander and that cadet another blast with a ray gun? It would have kept them unconscious till after the comet blasted off.
Oh, what difference does it make now? The girl found them.
Makes a lot of difference. Commander won't lose any time in getting out an alarm for us.
What do we do?
Well, let's get to our ship and blast off. We've got to get off Neptune.
Yeah, we got to get off Neptune before Corey has a chance to alert the Space Patrol.
Oh, wait. Girl's leaving and coming this way.
Get out of sight before she sees us.
I'd like to really fix her.
Never mind the girl.
Wait a minute. It might be a good idea to take her with us.
What for?
Don't be an idiot. You've got that ray gun, haven't you?
Yeah?
Then get her.
With all these people around?
Come on. If we handle it right, nobody will notice. Just have that gun ready. Now, Cardo.
In a hurry, miss?
Oh, why, Miss Fenton. What a nice surprise.
You're not half as surprised as you're going to be.
This is a ray gun on your back. Now come along quietly. Get moving out toward the ships.
Tonga's not at Gate 7, Commander.
I know, and she won't be.
What?
She never did call headquarters. I just checked. Tonga's not in the habit of disobeying orders.
But what happened?
Jelna Fenton's own private space cruiser just blasted off. I got the report from Space Control.
Well, sir, do you think she has Tonga with her?
That's what I'm afraid of, Happy. Get to our ship. We're going after them. I've got the ship on vector for Saturn, Jelna.
Put it in full acceleration. We've got to get plenty of distance between us and Neptune.
Yeah. How's the girl?
Still locked up in the compartment. Oh, I found out who she is.
Yeah? Who?
Tonga, Assistant Security Chief of the Space Patrol.
Oh, that's not good.
Why?
This could mean plenty of trouble.
Oh, and I suppose you don't think we're in trouble now? Tonga can help keep Corey off our necks.
Yeah, but will she?
Save her own, sure. Besides, we don't care whether she cooperates or not.
Jelna, look. The rear view scope.
Ship.
It's coming right toward us and gaining every second. Jelna, they're after us.
Now, don't get excited. Calm down.
That's a space patrol ship. It's Corey.
So much the better. Relax, Cardo. Relax.
It's a private cruiser, sir.
Yes, with a Transorbit trademark on it. It's Jelna Fenton's ship, all right.
And we're sure gaining on it.
They must know they're being followed. They don't seem to be doing anything about it. Turn on the spaceophone, Happy.
Yes, sir.
This is Commander Corey aboard Terra 5 calling Jelna Fenton in private cruiser N56. Corey to Jelna Fenton.
Cruiser N56 to Terra 5. Go ahead.
Return to Neptune immediately. You're under arrest.
Really, Commander?
Is Brox Cardo aboard?
Brox Cardo? Well, I never heard of him.
This is an order, Miss Fenton. Return to Neptune immediately, or we'll have to use force.
It's very interesting, Commander, but I don't think you will. You wouldn't want to risk harming your Assistant Security Chief, would you?
So you have Tonga aboard?
That's right, Commander. I suppose you think I'm bluffing.
No, Jelna. I believe you. And I'm warning you, if you harm Tonga in any way...
If you don't want her harmed, then I suggest you just go about your own business and leave us alone. Goodbye, Commander.
Jelna, listen.
Tonga calling Commander Corey.
Hey, Tonga's still got her miniature spaceophone, and she's on our private frequency.
Go ahead, Tonga.
Commander, I'm aboard Jelna Fenton's private cruiser.
I know. Happy and I are right behind you. I just talked to Jelna, and she refused to return to Neptune.
I've tried to get out of the compartment, but I can't. It's locked.
Well, listen, Tonga. Right now, Jelna has the upper hand. If we join airlocks with her ship, she'll carry out her threat to harm you.
Well, she'll have to land sometime.
Yes, but that still doesn't help your case. Where is your compartment?
Amidships, on the starboard side.
I'm going to try something, Tonga. Maybe a little risky, but in the long run, you'll stand a better chance of getting away.
Anything you say, Commander.
Whatever you do, don't let Jelna know I've talked to you by miniature spaceophone.
Yes, sir.
Obey their orders exactly. Corey out. Happy, while I put on my spacesuit, get me an atomic torch.
Atomic torch, yes, sir.
Hurry. I'll pull up close to Jelna's ship. What's Corey up to? His ship's right off our starboard.
I guess he doesn't believe we've got Tonga aboard. But if he starts anything, he'll find out soon enough.
Corey to Jelna. Corey to Jelna.
Going to talk to him?
Yes. What is it, Commander?
I want to be sure Tonga's aboard.
Don't you trust me?
I want to see that she's all right.
Well, that's fair enough. Cardo, go bring Tonga up here so the commander can see her.
Keep pulling in closer to Jelna's ship, Happy.
We're nearly touching now, sir.
I'm going to keep back so they can't see that I've got a spacesuit on. You know what to do.
Yes, sir. As soon as you tell Jelna that you see Tonga, I let our ship drop back a little, and you go out the airlock and jetpack over to Jelna's ship.
That's right. Turn on the spaceophone, Happy. Well, Jelna, have you got Tonga? Let's see her.
Yes, Commander. She's right here at the nose port. Don't you see her?
Yes. Are you all right, Tonga?
Yes, Commander. Now, are you satisfied, Commander?
Just see that you don't harm her.
Then get your ship away from here.
Cut it, Happy.
Okay, sir.
All right. Drop back now. I'm going out the airlock.
Be careful, sir.
Corey's pulled his ship away.
Good. He finally got some sense.
I was afraid for a while he was going to connect airlocks.
Would have been just too bad for Tonga if he had.
I'll take her back and lock her up again.
All right.
Never mind. I'll take care of her.
Corey!
Commander!
Don't reach for that gun, Cardo.
Cardo!
Fenton, you are Miss Fenton.
Let go of me, Tonga! Let go!
Then stop struggling.
Drop it, Cardo. All right, you asked for it. I just stay down there. How did you get aboard, Corey? Doesn't the spacesuit give you a hint? I came in through the airlock. I triggered the latch with an atomic cutting torch. Tonga, you can let go of Miss Fenton now. I've got her covered.
Yes, Commander.
We'll lock them up after I contact Happy. Commander Corey calling Cadet Happy.
You made it, sir.
Right, Happy. Tonga and I have got Cardo and Miss Fenton. She seems pretty unhappy. I suppose she's disappointed because there won't be an article about her in the Inner Planet Weekly.
Well, tell her to cheer up, sir. There'll be a nice long one about her in the next Space Patrol crime report.
We'll be back with an action preview of next week's exciting Space Patrol story in just a moment. Say, do you hear that clock? Time's running away fast, gang, but it's something you just can't hold back. So don't wait. Send for a Space Patrol Spaceophone set now. This offer soon ends. The Spaceophone, the magic phone that sounds like a walkie-talkie. But time's a-wasting, so hurry. Now think of it. A Spaceophone that looks exactly like the one Buzz Corey uses. But remember, this offer will soon end. Time is really running out. So, gang, hurry. Hurry while there's still time. Send today for your Spaceophone set. You can talk on it to someone a straight 50 feet away. But don't wait. Act now. This offer soon ends. You get 2 blue and yellow plastic Spaceophones, 50 feet of communication cord, and a briefing sheet. Here's all you do. Just buy a box of Instant Ralston. Then, with your name and address, send an Instant Ralston box top and 25 cents in coin to Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis, Missouri. This offer good only in continental U.S. and may be withdrawn at any time. That's Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis, Missouri. And now for a preview of next week's exciting Space Patrol story. Buzz and Happy are climbing the face of a steep cliff on the planet Saturn in pursuit of a criminal. At one side of them, a great waterfall thunders down 1,000 feet to the valley below.
Colgar must have reached the top, Commander. I don't see him.
It's amazing. He went up this cliff like a mountain goat.
It's sure hard to get a foothold.
Look out, Happy. There's a rock falling.
Smoke and rockets. Wow, that was close.
There are more coming. Press close to the side of the cliff.
Hey, it looks like the whole top of the mountain is coming down on us.
That's Colgar's work. He started a landslide.
And it's coming down right on top of us. What are we going to do?
Be sure to be with us next Saturday for the exciting story, The Giant Bubble, when Wheat Chex, Rice Chex, and Good Hot Ralston again bring you Space Patrol!
This is your commander, gang, with a story about the warriors in your bloodstream. Do you know what they are? They're the white blood cells, and they're warriors against disease. When a person is sick, he often needs a whole extra army of these warriors. That's just one reason why it's vital to have a big supply of blood in hospitals. Will you help me remind grown-ups that America needs more blood donations? Then join the Space Patrol Blood Boosters. Don't wait. Join today.
Space Patrol, an original Mike Moser production starring Ed Kemmer as Commander Corey and Lynn Osborne as Cadet Happy, was written by Lou Houston and directed by Larry Robertson. Other players were Nina Berra, Virginia Hewitt, and Norman Jolly. Dick Tufeld speaking. Now, don't forget to tune in next Saturday and every Saturday when Wheat Chex, Rice Chex, and Good Hot Ralston again present the new exciting Space Patrol. And be sure to see another exciting Space Patrol program on your local ABC television station. Consult your newspaper for time and channel. Space Patrol comes to you transcribed from Hollywood. This is ABC Radio Network. Wheat Chex, Rice Chex, and Good Hot Ralston present Space Patrol! High adventure in the wild, vast reaches of space. Missions of daring in the name of interplanetary justice. Travel into the future with Buzz Corey, Commander-in-Chief of the Space Patrol. In today's transcribed adventure, Buzz and Happy are climbing the face of a steep cliff on the planet Saturn in pursuit of 2 criminals. At one side of them, a great waterfall thunders down 1,000 feet to the valley below.
Colgar must have reached the top, Commander. I don't see him.
They went up the cliff like a couple of mountain goats.
And with hardly any footholds.
Look out, Happy, there's a rock falling.
What? Wow, smoke and rockets, that was close. There are more coming. Press close to the cliff.
Hey, it looks like the whole top of the mountain is coming down on us.
Holgar's work. He started a landslide.
It's right on top of us. What are we going to do?
We'll be back in just a moment with today's Space Patrol story, The Giant Bubble. You can't buy it anywhere, gang. Today is positively the last time we can make this sensational offer. I'm speaking of the Space Patrol Spaceophone. The magic phone you can carry anywhere. The magic phone from mysterious outer space. The magic phone created in the secret laboratories of the Space Patrol. The Space Patrol Spaceophone. Imagine, you can talk on it to someone a straight 50 feet away. Complete with 2 blue and yellow plastic spaceophones. Complete with 50 feet of communication cord. Complete with secret briefing sheet. But remember now, today is absolutely the last time we can make this unusual offer. The Space Patrol Spaceophone. To get the whole set, here's what you do. Buy a box of Instant Ralston. Then, with your name and address, send 25 cents in coin and an Instant Ralston box top to Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis, Missouri. This offer good only in continental U.S. and may be withdrawn at any time. That's an Instant Ralston box top and 25 cents in coin to Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis, Missouri. In Commander Corey's central office at Space Patrol headquarters on Terra, Cadet Happy is puzzling over some reports from the security section as Buzz enters.
Can't make head or tails of this thing.
Happy, has Dr. Berman been in?
Huh? Oh, beg your pardon, sir. What'd you say?
Have you seen Dr. Berman? He was to meet me here.
Oh, no, sir. He hasn't been in. Did the appropriation go through?
Yes, Happy. I just got the Secretary General's approval. That ought to make Dr. Berman just about the happiest man in the solar system.
Yes, sir.
Which, judging by your expression, is more than can be said for you. What's the trouble, huh?
Well, Major Robertson asked me if I'd check over these reports of intercepted messages, and I haven't been able to make much headway.
There's unidentified spaceophone signals from Saturn.
Uh-huh. All I can figure out is that the broadcasts seem to follow a time pattern, and they're in perfectly plain English, but, well, they just don't make sense.
I know.
One word keeps popping up in several of the messages. That is, if it is a word, Gleck. Now, what in the universe is Gleck?
And no one else around here seems to know either.
Well, all I can gather is that whoever is sending the messages doesn't like Gleck. And one message says, suggest getting rid of Gleck at source.
Uh-huh. Well, forget about it. Turn the folder back to Robbie.
Yes, sir.
Commander Corey? Oh, yes, Dr. Berman. Come in.
Thank you.
Happy, this is Dr. Berman, the inventor of a new process of constructing atmosphere shells.
Oh, I've heard about it. Yeah, it's something to do with blowing a big bubble out in space, isn't it?
That's right, young man. A bubble of transparent electroplast.
Dr. Berman's method might entirely do away with the old cumbersome method of constructing atmosphere shells section by section and sealing them together.
With electroplast, sir?
Yes, Cadet. With a strong plastic developed in a plant on Venus, which has the peculiar property of remaining in liquid state when powerful electromagnetic waves of a certain frequency are penetrating it.
Oh, I get it. You blow a bubble with it out in the vacuum of space, and while the stuff is soft.
Exactly. When the magnetic waves are cut off due to the cold, the electroplast hardens almost immediately.
Hey, it's almost like freezing a soap bubble.
Nice comparison, Cadet. However, we've never quite been able to freeze a soap bubble. To my great regret, they always break.
Well, maybe this will cheer you up, Doctor. The Secretary General has approved the appropriation as requested.
Splendid.
As I understand it, you're authorized to go ahead and construct a shell for the Venus satellite.
The Venus satellite?
Yes, Happy. The satellite is only a mile in diameter. It'll be completely enclosed by an electroplastic shell.
Hey, that's great, but... Oh, wait a minute. You blow up the shell out in space, right?
That's right. Far enough away from a planet so the electroplast will form a perfect sphere.
Uh-huh. But how do you get the satellite inside the sphere?
We cut the shell in half. Then several powerful spaceships move the two halves to the satellite, and the two parts are sealed.
Then we install a space lock, and we've got a small, low-gravity world.
Commander, I hate to rush off, but I'm very anxious to get back to Venus and get the project underway.
Of course, Doctor. If there's anything I can do to help, just let me know.
Thank you. My chief problem at first is to get several thousand cubic feet of Gleck out into space.
Several thousand cubic feet of what?
Gleck. Oh, you wouldn't know. Gleck is a technical slang for electroplast.
I see.
Well, where did the term come from? Oh, I don't know. You know how it is with slang. Probably some technician got tired of saying electroplast and invented the word Glick. The term caught on. Well, goodbye, gentlemen. Goodbye, Doctor.
Hey, Commander, hadn't we better tell him about the messages?
No, Happy, not yet.
Yeah, but one of those messages said, get rid of Gleck at the source.
I know. And the source is Venus.
Then someone on Saturn wants to wreck the doctor's project.
I'll have Robbie assign a full monitoring crew to the Saturn frequencies. We're going to blast off for Venus and keep an eye on the plant itself.
It's dark enough now, Drovic. Let's get over to the tunnel. Okay. You better watch your step with that explosive. It won't take much of a jar to set it off.
How much time have we?
Exactly 10 minutes before the tunnel car comes out of the underground plant. But I can assure you we're going to be away from the plant area when the cargo of electroplast goes up.
Colger, I'm surprised there aren't any guards patrolling the grounds.
Why should there be? Now, who would want to wreck Dr. Berman's project?
You shouldn't have sold out to him. With your half interest in the electroplast process, he could have made millions of credits.
I got out because I thought he was on the wrong track. He wanted me to think that, so I would sell out.
Sure, Colger.
But I'll fix him.
Here are the tracks. We just put the explosive on the rails?
Wait. I've got a better idea. See that flat car off on the siding? Put the explosive on that and push it into the tunnel.
Yeah, great idea. With the tunnel blown up, Berman can't get any electroplast out of the plant for weeks. It's going to be a job shoving that heavy car, though, so we'd better get started.
Hold it, Hap. This is where the foreman saw the men.
There they go, sir. Over that small ridge.
That's where the tunnel comes out, the lower levels of the plant.
Tunnel?
Yes. The tracks lead to the spaceport where the electroplast is pumped aboard cargo ships.
Well, what would they be doing out there this time of night?
Well, let's find out. The odd foreman thought they were on some special detail.
Well, it seems to me if they were on legitimate business, they'd carry a thermolight.
Keep yours off until I tell you to turn it on.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, shove the car. It's as heavy as if it were on Jupiter. Once we get it moving, it won't be so bad. How far are we going to push it? Just inside the tunnel. The track has a downhill grade. The car will coast.
All right, Happy, turn on your light. Yes, sir.
Colger, somebody's seen us.
Keep shoving only a few more feet, and it will be on the main track.
Hold it a minute.
What are you men doing?
Now, why don't you mind your own business?
Get that flat car off the main track.
Here comes the tunnel car. Let's go, Throwing.
No, you don't. Come back here.
Let him go, Happy. We've got to shove this car back on the siding quickly.
Yes, sir.
Hate to let him get away, but we've got to clear the tracks.
Tunnel car's coming pretty fast, sir.
A couple more feet.
That's clear, sir.
The switch. We've got to throw the switch, or the tunnel car will be derailed right into us. Hold your light here.
Yes, sir. Wow, that was close.
Yeah, but we made it.
Just barely.
Look what was on this flat car.
A can of explosives.
Come on, Happy. We'll go to the main gate and give some orders. Nobody's going to leave the plant.
The tunnel car got through. Cleared the tracks.
I got to look at them as we ran out. They're space patrolmen.
Space patrol? They probably got the plant surrounded. How are we going to get out?
Wait a minute. Look up ahead there. There is Berman.
How can you tell?
By his walk. There. Now I'm sure of it. He just passed the window in the blockhouse.
Let's get away from here before he recognizes
I got
us.
a better idea. Berman will get us out of here, even past the space patrol.
How?
He's going into the blockhouse. Let's follow him and see if he's alone.
What's in the blockhouse?
Test equipment for the Gleck experiments. That's where I got the explosive. Come on. But quietly, take it easy. Done this all, Droig.
Gate captain, please.
Quiet. Berman is in the lab.
Yes, thank you. Captain, this is Dr. Berman. Would you locate Commander Corey for me? I don't know where he is, but... Oh, he is? Put him on, please.
He's talking on the intercom.
Commander? Dr. Berman,
What?
The tunnel. Good heavens. Thank you, Commander. That would have set the project back for weeks. Yes, I do have an idea who's behind this. Something happened earlier today that aroused my suspicion.
We better rush him. I'll wait.
Yes, Commander, but I'm not positive. I don't like to discuss this over the intercom. Yes, I know it's urgent, but can you come to the blockhouse? Fine, Commander.
Let's get him.
Colgar!
Don't reach for that intercom, Berman. Yes, it was me.
You tried to blow up my plant.
Keep the ray gun on him, Droid. Yes, Berman, you double-crossing swindler. I didn't wreck your plan, but you'll never build an atmosphere shell.
We were friends once, Colgar. I can't understand this.
Oh, can't you? You tricked me into thinking you were failing in your electroplast research, so I would sell.
But that was your decision. I was trying to be honest with you. You walked out on me when I needed your help.
We haven't time to argue with him, Kolga.
You're right, Droid. Berman, give me a pass so I can get out of the gate.
A pass?
Yes. A time-stamped pass with your signature for Drowick and me. Say that we are being sent to Venus City for special work on the project. Come on, we don't have much time. Come on, hurry up. Put your name on it. That's it.
Kolga, someone's coming.
Get behind the door. Berman, you stay where you are. And if you warn them, you'll regret it. Believe me.
Right in here, Happy.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Berman. Oh, I didn't know you had company.
Commander,
Commander, look out! Let him throw it. Give me that ray gun. I'll give you something just as good. Now, stay where you are. Drowick, hold the gun on them a minute.
Where are you going?
In the next room. I'm going to fix up a few chemicals that will turn this blockhouse into a blast furnace. Then we'll lug these meddling space patrolmen in here with Berman.
You'll never get out the gate.
No, you don't. Watch it, Corey. What happened?
Corey got clever. I cracked him with the gun butt.
All right. Lock them in there. First, disconnect the intercom.
Okay.
Takes care of... Good. And by the time we're out of the gate, this blockhouse will be blown to pieces. And Corey with it.
We'll be back with Space Patrol in just a moment. Say, it's a fire. A 4-alarm blaze on Terra. But, hey, what's the matter with that atomic fire control power unit? Oh, too bad. It's trying to get along on ordinary fuel. But wait. Now that fire control officer is filling up the tank with super fuel. Wow, listen to that fire control unit go now. It's supercharged, that's what. Supercharged with super fuel. Yes, sir, boys and girls. To really get going, the answer is super fuel. That's why Buzz Corey eats a good breakfast with the bite-sized super cereals that help to supercharge you. And I mean Rice Chex and Wheat Chex. Now, there's a couple of swell-tasting cereals. And, boy, both of them have that modern bite-sized design for easy eating. So, gang, get a quick start in the morning like Buzz Corey does. Eat a good breakfast with a Checkerboard Super Cereal and get supercharged. Get them today. Rice Chex, Wheat Chex. Kolgar and Drowick are determined to destroy Dr. Berman's plans to employ a new process for constructing atmosphere shells. The two criminals have knocked Buzz, Happy, and the doctor unconscious, locked them in a blockhouse on the grounds of Dr. Berman's Venus plant. They have also prepared chemicals that will blast the interior of the building. Now, as Kolgar and Drowick head for the main gate, Buzz and Happy try to break their way out through the door.
It's a cinch we can't break the door down.
Let's see if we can rouse Dr. Berman. Maybe he's got a key on him.
Yes, sir.
Doctor. Commander. Did they get away?
Yes. You have a key to the door. We're locked in.
Locked in?
Yes, and there's going to be an explosion any second.
They've wrecked the intercom, so we can't call for help.
My keys? Where are my keys?
They must have taken them.
Hey, Commander, how about the window? It isn't very big, but I think if we smashed it, we could get through.
This metal chair ought to do the trick.
It's no use.
Hit it again.
You can't break it, Commander. It's electroplast.
Electroplast?
Yes, my discovery. And it's sealing us up in a death trap.
Wait. Didn't you say it turns to liquid when electromagnetic waves strike it?
A certain frequency, yes. Commander, you've got it. There's a generator in this room.
Where is it?
This cabinet.
Do you need any help?
After I set the dials, throw the switch on the lower panel. Wait. Now.
I've got it focused toward the window. Watch it.
How long will it take to work?
Just a few seconds.
It's starting to melt. Hey, it's just like wax.
I think we can get out now. Happy, help me slide the desk under the window. Hurry.
Yes, sir.
All right, Dr. Berman, you first. I'm really not much good at this sort of thing.
If you don't get out, you'll never be any better.
Just dive out, Doctor. It's not much of a drop. All right. Okay, Happy?
Yes, sir. All right, Doctor. Look out below. Here I come. All clear, Commander. Come ahead.
All right. Let's get away from here before it blows up.
Wow. We got away just in time.
Commander, if you hadn't thought of that electromagnetic wave when you did...
Lucky you had the equipment in the lab, Doctor. Happy, let's get to the main gate and see if our friends have escaped. We were too late, Doctor. The guard let them through.
Yeah, but we'll get out on all planets alarm. They won't get far.
I think he was once my friend.
Dr. Berman, I know this has been a terrible experience for you, but I've got to ask some questions. Do you know where Colger might go?
No, I don't. Some time ago, I heard he was living on Saturn.
Saturn's a big planet. Any particular area?
I don't know.
You'll have the Saturn spaceports watched. Now, Doctor, was there anything destroyed in the blockhouse which would delay the construction of the shell around the Venus satellite?
Fortunately, no.
And you can go ahead and direct the project out in space.
Yes, I want to do it right away. The lab ship is ready.
Good. Happy and I are going to keep an eye on things, just in case our friends Kolgar and Drovik decide to try something else.
1,000 DUs outside the satellite orbit, sir.
All right, Happy. Cut our velocity and keep pace with the satellite in its orbit.
Yes, sir.
That's 1,600 hours Universal Star Time, Happy. We should be about ready to blow the bubble up any time now.
There it goes, Kolga. It's getting bigger. We better not get any closer to Berman's bubble. Let's watch it from here.
I didn't think it'd work, but look at it.
We're gonna wait till it's nearly finished.
Blast the shell with a cosmic low-frequency missile.
Yeah, but first we take care of Berman's control ship. The shell will be an easy target after Berman's out of the way.
How did he get out of the blockhouse? We saw the explosion.
Well, he won't get out of this explosion. Keep his lab ship in your side, Rowan.
The shell doesn't seem to be getting any bigger, sir.
It is, though, Happy. Starboard view scope.
A private cruiser.
Yes. Heading in toward the lab ship. Let's go.
Still in the sight, Kolga.
We're too far away. We can't risk a miss. Hold your fire.
If we get too close, he may spot us.
So what? Those laboratory ships can't maneuver very fast.
Kolga, hurry a view scope.
Space patrol ship coming in fast.
We've been lining up on Berman. They've been lining up on us.
Change vector, quickly.
This is Commander Corey aboard Terra 5 calling the unmarked private cruiser. You're in a restricted space sector. Acknowledge immediately and change your vector.
What do we do?
Keep going.
Commander Corey calling Colgar aboard unmarked private cruiser. Cut your velocity and acknowledge or we'll fire.
Cut our velocity, Drovik. I'll talk to Corey.
They've cut velocity, sir.
They're still keeping close to the lab ship. Better cut our own velocity. Don't get too close, Happy.
Yes, sir.
Hold them an automatic rangefinder.
Commander, there's a flash from their ship.
They're firing at us. Kicking on automatic evasion control.
Yes, sir. Here comes another one. Wow, that was close. Shall I let them have it, sir?
Not yet, Happy. They can't have more than 3 cosmic missiles in that small ship.
Well, that was it, sir. Can I let them have it now?
Well, there isn't much point in firing on an unarmed enemy, is there?
Well, no, but we can't let them get away.
I don't intend to, but I want them to think they are.
Well, they're barreling off on a new vector now.
That's fine. Let them gain some distance. Kick the view scope up to maximum sensitivity.
Yes, sir.
We'll find out just where Mr. Kolgar is going in such a hurry.
Good shooting, Drovik. You knocked out the great Commander Corey.
That must have been that last shot that did it. I didn't see his ship explode, though.
He's out of the fight. Probably punctured his hull. Too bad we haven't just one more cosmic missile left. It would be a cinch to knock out Berman's lab ship.
Yeah, by now, Berman's probably alerted all space patrol units in the Venus area.
You're right. We'll head for Saturn and pick up some more cosmic missiles at our Ortak Valley hideout. And then we'll be back.
They're still in the viewscope, sir.
Apparently heading for Saturn.
Yeah, that checks. We picked the original messages up from Gleck about there.
Notify Saturn Space Control to order all units to watch for an unmarked ship, but not to challenge it. After all he's tried to do to us, Kolgar is our baby.
Space Control Saturn calling Commander Corey aboard Terra 5.
Corey here, go ahead.
Commander, an unmarked private cruiser entered Saturn atmosphere 10 minutes ago. It's been under constant surveillance.
Has it landed yet?
It hasn't approached any cities, sir. Our last report, less than a minute ago, said the ship was headed for the Ortok Valley region at steady decrease in altitude. They let down in the mountain area into the central Ortok Valley.
Order all ships to keep clear of the Ortok Valley until further notice. Corey out. Check Ortok Valley coordinates, Happy.
Yes, sir. Terrifically low ceiling, sir.
Yes. Keep her steady, Happy. We've got 1,000-foot cliffs on either side of us.
Yeah, I'm checking them through the infrared viewscope, sir.
I've got something on the ground scope, Happy. Cut our velocity.
It's a spaceship.
Yes. The one we're looking for.
Their landing ladder is down, so they probably aren't in the ship.
Just like to see them try to take off now. Set her down, Happy.
Kolgar, listen. We have a spaceship landing. Space Patrol. It's Terra 5. Corey tricked us.
What do we do?
We have no missiles aboard, and we can't get back to the ship anyhow. There isn't time. I know. Up the cliff, huh?
Climb that cliff. It's straight up and down, 1,000 feet high.
I know a fairly easy way up. If Corey doesn't see us start, he'll never suspect we took that way out. Come on, Drovik, before Corey gets out of the ship.
2 sets of footprints lead over here, Happy.
Yes, sir. They lead away from the ship, and there aren't any coming back.
Apparently they're headed for the cliff. They may be holed up in a cave, so be careful.
Yes, sir. Hey, they end right at the cliff.
The ground is harder here. Still, we make footprints, so they climb the cliff.
What? Why, it's practically a wall.
Look here. Some fresh dirt has been kicked away.
Well, if they can climb it, we can. Sir, listen. The roaring sound.
Probably a waterfall farther up the canyon. Okay, Hap, let's get going.
Go on, Drovik. Keep moving.
Kolgar, I can't get a foothold.
We can't go back. Corey and the killer on our way up.
It's a 500-foot drop. I'd rather have Corey get me than slip off this cliff.
Grab hold of that overhanging rock and swing your foot around this bulge. There is almost a path from here on up. Go on. I can't get past you. So either move or I'll kick you off.
No, I'll go on.
Watch out for that soft shale. You'll slide off the cliff.
I thought I was finished.
See? Yeah, you started a miniature landslide. Yeah, that gives me an idea. Start pushing these rocks down. These boulders. Come on, get busy.
They must have reached the top, Commander. I don't see them.
They went up the cliff like a pair of mountain goats. Look out, Happy. Rocks are falling. Look. Smoking rockets. That was close. There are more coming. Press close to the cliff.
Hey, it looks like the whole top of the mountain's coming down at us.
That's Kolgar's work. He started a landslide.
What are we going to do?
Look, there's a ledge that leads over there toward the waterfall. Hurry. Be careful. Yes, sir.
Missed us.
Yes. But look at the cliff. Now there's no way up or down.
The fall's on one side and 800-foot drop on the other. We're stuck.
Wait. Look, behind the falls.
What?
Behind the falls, there's an opening there.
You're right. And there's a path behind the falls.
Watch your foothold. These rocks are wet and slippery.
Well, I guess that landslide took care of them.
Yeah, but how are we going to get down to our ship?
It's a long way, but it's safer. Come on, let's get going.
We made it. The ship sure looks good.
Yeah, get in and let's blast off.
What's your hurry?
Corey!
That's right, and don't try anything, either of you.
The landslide. I saw it crash right on top of the path.
Uh-huh. So did we, from behind the waterfall.
There's a nice, easy path the other side of the falls.
Yeah, a straight and narrow path. Something you ought to try sometime. Ha!
An exciting preview of next week's thrilling Space Patrol adventure in just a moment. Right now, gang, this is Space Patroller Dick Tufeld.
And Commander Corey.
We're here to tell you that today is the last time we can offer you the Space Patrol Spaceophone.
You get a whole set, gang, complete with 2 spacephones.
50 feet of communication cord.
And secret briefing sheets.
So don't wait. Send for it today.
Just like talking on the telephone.
It's the magic phone you can carry anywhere.
Looks exactly like the spacephones my space patrollers use on Terra.
Talk on it to someone a straight 50 feet away.
Use it indoors or outdoors.
But remember, today is the last time we can make this offer.
So don't wait. Send for your Space Patrol Spaceophone set today.
Now remember, you get 2 blue and yellow plastic spacephones.
One for you and one for the person you're talking to.
And a secret Space Patrol briefing sheet. Now to get the whole set, do this. Buy a box of Instant Ralston. Then with your name and address, send 25 cents and an Instant Ralston box top to Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis, Missouri. That's Space Patrol, Box 686, St. Louis, Missouri. And now, a preview of next week's exciting Space Patrol story. Buzz and Happy are stranded on the Martian desert, 100 miles from the nearest city. They've just come to an expanse of tiny green plants carpeting the desert for miles.
Something's wrong with my throat, Commander. It feels tight. It's hard to breathe.
Mine's the same way, Happy.
It couldn't be the dust coming up from the ground, sir.
No, it comes from the plants. Every time we take a step, the plants shoot out spores, poisoning the atmosphere.
It's getting worse.
And what's still worse, these are poisonous lichens.
Poison? What are we going to do, sir? We can't go back.
No, if we go on, these plant spores will paralyze our breathing muscles. We'll suffocate.
Be sure to be with us next Saturday for the exciting story, The Electronic Burglar, when wheat checks, rice checks, and good hot Ralston again bring you Space Patrol. And now, a word from Commander Buzz Corey.
You know, gang, one of the greatest health steps in history was the organization of the National Blood Program of the American Red Cross. A program started in the belief that Americans would give blood to help their neighbors in peace, just as they did for fighting men in war. How would you like to help these people get more blood donations? Here's how you can help. Join my Space Patrol Blood Boosters. You help your country, and you have a lot of fun. So, boys and girls, join the Blood Boosters today.
Space Patrol, an original Mike Moser production starring Ed Kemmer as Commander Corey and Lynn Osborne as Cadet Happy, was written by Lou Houston and directed by Larry Robertson. Other players were Bela Kovac, Ken Mayer, and Norman Jolly. Dick Tufeld speaking. Now, don't forget to tune in next Saturday and every Saturday when wheat checks, rice checks, and good hot Ralston again present the new exciting Space Patrol. And be sure to see another exciting Space Patrol story on your local ABC television station. Consult your local paper for time and channel. Space Patrol comes to you transcribed from Hollywood. This is ABC Radio Network.